Becoming someone I can trust. Hey, pursuers. Welcome back to Pursuing Me with Sharita, where we grow on purpose. Today's conversation isn't loud, it's not flashy, but it's foundational. Because we're talking about becoming someone you can trust. Not someone who has it all figured out, but someone who shows up for themselves consistently. A lot of us spend our lives trying to trust other people, trust in relationships, trust in timing, trust in outcomes, but rarely do we stop and ask, do I trust myself? Self-trust isn't built through big moments. It's built through small, quiet ones. It's built when you say you're going to rest and you actually rest. When you say, this doesn't feel right, and you listen. When you stop abandoning yourself to keep the peace. And for many of us, self-trust is hard, not because we're broken, but because we've learned to override ourselves to survive. If you grew up needing to adapt, to read the room, to be responsible early, you probably learned how to be reliable for everyone else before you learn how to be reliable for yourself. So now, even when you're safe, your nervous system still asks, can I really depend on me? Be honest with yourself for a moment. How many promises have you made to yourself that you didn't keep? I think I spoke about that in one of our previous episodes where being honest with yourself, you have to be able to trust yourself and be honest with yourself. Not because you didn't care, but because you didn't feel safe slowing down, saying no, or changing your mind. Self-trust isn't about perfection. It's about repair. It's not about noticing when you override your needs and choosing differently next time. It's about following through in small ways. Because every time you listen to yourself, every time you honor your boundaries, every time you pause instead of pushing, you send a message to yourself. And you want to know what that message is? I'm safe with me. I'm going to repeat that. I'm safe with me. That's the message you are telling yourself. And here's something important to understand, guys. Discipline isn't about force. Consistency isn't about pressure. Real self-trust is about when your actions feel aligned, not punishing. When growth feels supportive, not exhausting or overwhelming. When you stop asking, how do I push myself harder? And start asking, how do I support myself better? Ask yourself this. What would you change in my life? What can you change in your life? If I believe I will follow through on my own behalf, ask yourself that. What could change in my life if I believed I could follow through on my own behalf? You don't need more motivation. You need a relationship with yourself that feels safe. One where you listen, one where you don't shame yourself for slowing down, one where you allow growth to be sustainable. Because when you trust yourself, decisions get so much more clearer. Can I get a witness to that? Boundaries get so much stronger. Can I get a amen to that? And peace becomes possible. Guys, becoming someone you can trust isn't a destination. It's a practice. And if you're ready to build that trust intentionally through reflection, journaling, and consistency, that's exactly what we do inside the Inner Work Club. And don't forget about our 8-week personal growth challenge. As I said, when I first released the 8-week growth challenge, you can start that challenge whenever you want to. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about becoming someone you don't abandon. You're not behind. You're becoming, guys. And I know you're becoming because you are here tuning in with Pursuing Me. And that is the goal, to become a better you. And guys, just so you know, the work is working. Pursuers, keep growing on purpose. And I'll meet you in the next episode. Peace.